All right, my friends, how are you today? Aaron here bringing you daily horoscope for the 21st of December, 2020. We've got a major jam-packed day in astrology land for you today. All right, what is going on? We've got the sun moving into the sign of Capricorn, 0 degrees of Capricorn. We've got the moon at the later degrees of Pisces, exiting Pisces and entering the sign of Aries. So we're going to have the moon square the sun today, okay? Now, we also have, obviously, this great conjunction happening. Okay, it happens once every 20 years, but this particular conjunction is very unique as it sets a whole new trend for what's coming for hundreds of years to follow. Okay, this is really changing the game, and we're going to talk about that in a little bit. So let's get into this. 0 degrees of Capricorn. Okay, Mercury and the sun are now in 0 degrees of Capricorn. This is important as 0 degrees of Capricorn is like electing a new tribe member, electing a new tribe chief, rather, okay? So this is about a change of position of authority, okay? Where we collectively as a group of individuals say, hey, we nominate you to do this decision making for us, okay? We feel that you are the best to oversee us as a whole, okay? Very fascinating how this works out on this day, right? In the solstice. So this means the sun resides now in the southernmost place in the zodiac, okay? For the next 3 days, so the 22nd, 23rd, and 24th, the sun will pretty much be stopped in residing in a place called the Southern Crux, okay? For my astrotheology friends, the Southern Cross, okay? So the sun dies on the cross, alpha major, beta major, theta major, delta major, okay? This is a cross in the sky. So the sun dies here for 3 days and rises again on the 25th of December, all right? So I'm sure we'll talk a little bit about that more over this next couple of days. But that's where we're at, okay? And that whole, the spear in the side of Jesus, and, it's like that's the Sagittarius, that's the Sagittarian centaur spear going into the, it's pointing, okay? When the sun goes from Sagittarius to Capricorn, okay, we know that this is where the sun dies for 3 days and rises again on the 25th. Okay, so that's a metaphor. It's letting us know where we're at, where the sun's at in the sky, right? Okay, so now the moon today is going to square the sun. Let me come forward here because I'm going to talk about this last. This Jupiter-Saturn conjunction. We're going to talk about this last. So electing a new tribe again. So this is us again switching the position of authority, and we can see that very relevant here. Now the moon's going to move out and begin to square at 6, 7 o'clock at night. Square the sun. Okay, depending on where you're at, of course. This is Eastern Standard Time. So when I see this, is like our Mercury is our planet of communication. Our sun is our ego self showing up. This is us showing up to the party. Us saying, okay, I've learned these lessons. I am this position of authority. I am the person of authority. I am the power of authority over my own life, right? This is internal. Everything else is external. This, I can control this. Nothing else out here I can control. Or very little anyway. I have manipulation or influence over. But this is me. Okay, so I have control over my breath. I don't have control over my emotions, okay? And then this is where this interesting square comes in today because, the fiery sign of Aries, we can emotionally get ahead of ourselves. This can be like my emotions are at the forefront, my feelings are at the forefront, and my feelings and emotions, because we're dealing with the moon, that's why we're talking about emotions, is at utmost urgency, and I need to express my gratitude, happiness, anger, or rage, and it can be any of them, immediately. So the square is saying, to me, this is like getting in an argument at work, getting in an argument at the mall, or while you're in public, okay? Because 10th house is about public image, career, Capricorn, okay? So this is saying our emotional moon is running ahead and kind of fierce and fiery, saying, pay attention here because there's a lot of people here in the mall or in work or whatever that are seeing us respond. Again, this is like our bossness coming out of us and saying, I can't respond to this the way that I would respond to this. I have to respond to this the way that the boss needs to respond to this, okay? So this is putting our egos in check a little bit, okay? This is the beauty of the sun square, bringing that balance, sun square the moon today. And then by midnight tonight, midnight to 3, okay, so it's like midnight for my friends in LA, the moon's going to conjunct Chiron, okay? So this is like where we practiced patience, where we practiced being reserved is going to come out later in the evening, maybe when we're resting our heads, to bring peace, to bring understanding, and some sort of healing to ourselves, whatever crisis or something that we're dealing with where that becomes a conflict, right? Now, let's get into this conjunction. So from noon, let me take this back here now to noon to a little after 2 o'clock, these two are going to be in the sky together. All right. So if you're pay attention tonight, if you're watching this here on Sunday night or on Monday night, you're going to see these two planets very close together. You're going to see them right on top of each other. They're going to be very, very bright. Now, I have this up here. Let me see. These conjunctions will be the closest since 1623. The closest observable since 1226. All right. Let me see. I don't know if I can do a screen share. I'll just show you this. I pulled this up here. I can do this. Yeah, I don't know if you can see that. All right. There we go. Jupiter and Saturn will be the closest since 1623 and the closest observable since 1226. So that's pretty freaking cool, that we get that. But now, what does it mean? What does this conjunction really mean? What is this all about? Okay, this is first off, that 0 degrees of Aquarius is about creating something bigger than self. Okay, creating something that sustains beyond an individual's lifetime. Okay, this is about expansion. Okay, Jupiter's all about expansion. Saturn is about restriction. Okay, in old astrology, Saturn rules Capricorn and Aquarius. Okay, new astrology, Aquarius is ruled by Uranus. Uranus is down there in Taurus. Okay, these are going to create a square to one another. Uranus is going to square Saturn and Jupiter in its ruling planet. Okay, now squares are balance. Where we have this is going to benefit us, okay, is because they're all working for the same agenda. It's breaking the old into entering a new realm. Okay, Jupiter wants us to expand. Okay, Aquarius is about digital age. It's about connection. It's about human connection. This is about less of the star of the show, more of the director of the show, more of the big visionary plan for humanity at large. Okay, this isn't Leo energy. Leo energy would be, hey, this is about us. This is about finding yourself. This is about finding your own voice, finding your own spark and your energy and what makes you you. That's not where we're at. We're in the opposite of that. We're thinking larger than just us, larger than just myself. Okay, this is creating something bigger than myself. That's what 0 degrees of Aquarius is all about, right? Creating something that lives beyond my lifespan. Can I create a program that lives beyond me? Can I create a statue, a work of art, or something? Can I create anything? Okay, and what we're doing right now is we are creating what life is going to look like for the children of the future. It's as simply as that. This isn't about us creating some opus. Okay, I'm going to create, my masterpiece musical thing. This is about us creating a new world. Simply put, okay, this Jupiter-Saturn conjunction is about us creating a new world to create a better future for the children that we haven't been born, who we haven't met yet, who will never know. Okay, so we're creating a better future for them right now. All right, so this conjunction happens every 20 years. So the last one was in 2000, then it was happening in 1980. Okay, for the past 200 years, with the exception of 1980, it was in Libra. It's been in earth signs, practical earth signs, okay? Now we have 200 years of air signs. Okay, so these conjunctions are going to happen in air signs for the next 200 years. This is a shift, okay? We're shifting from the age of Pisces into the age of Aquarius, okay? The age of Pisces is about belief. Once again, we talked about this, this is, if I just said, hey, we can talk about any religion right now. All religions are being put under the magnifying glass and are going to be put under, the test, if you will. And we're going to start picking things apart and saying what is real, what is not, what was a fabrication, what is a story from the stars that we're telling ourselves, and what is a real factual event that happened here in real life on planet Earth, So we're going to be discovering those things. And it's like, again, to, back on some astrotheology stuff, it's like Jesus is the age of belief. It's the age of Pisces. Pisces, the two fish, the ichthus, okay, something I've talked about on this channel before. And in the Bible, I don't remember exactly which quote it was, but Jesus says, follow me into the city at the end of my age, or the end of my era. Follow me into the city will you meet a man bearing water, okay? Well, this is the water bearer. This is Aquarius, okay? This is the digital age. We are in it. There's no question we are in this digital age. We are in the age of Aquarius, okay? This conjunction helps solidify and move in this direction, okay? So how are these two planets working together to benefit human life right now? This is the main point, right? How are these two planets benefiting human life? What does this great conjunction mean? So not only is this starting off a new 200-year cycle, okay? Saturn is about pressure, restrictions, constraint, and bringing things into perfection. It's about creating laws, creating order and structure, okay? Jupiter's about expansion. Simple. It's expansion within the laws and limits of Saturn. That's Neptune's job, to be expansive without limitations, okay? So Jupiter's job is to expand. Now, Jupiter itself in Aquarius is something I think I talked about yesterday, would have free reign if Saturn wasn't there to create laws and limitations, okay? Jupiter would say more technology, more AI, more bots, more nanobots, more, chips. We've already seen chips. It's like we've already seen people getting chipped in certain factories across the United States to get, to pay for soda pops and chips and stuff like that at their work vending machines. They have a chip in their hand and we've already seen this. So Jupiter coming into the sign of Aquarius would say more of this, less human contact. If I can go through the Starbucks drive-through in the morning because I didn't have time to make coffee, and that's a whole other talk in itself. Coming back to humanity, being a human, and just kind of doing things for ourselves, I think is extremely important. Instead of, I can't express at a personal opinion how strange it is to me to be like, I'm so busy, and can you cut a hole in your wall of your business and just pass me food and drinks through this hole in the wall so I can just get on the way to work because I didn't take enough time for myself? Whatever. I mean, it's a convenience, and it's the 21st century, it's human life, but I find it very odd, that this is where we're at in the level of communication, distancing, and everything. But, so we have this place. It's like, if I don't have to, if I can order ahead on the drive-thru, if I can just pay with this chip, if I can just not have this contact right now because we're worried about getting everybody sick. I mean, come on, it's grand design. This would be better. So we're going to have tech people, Silicon Valley and whatnot, just wanting to run amok, saying, yeah, more of this, because fear of human contact is going to be the end of human contact. I don't think so. So now we have Saturn saying, no, stop. I'm not allowing you to just run freely right now and do whatever you want. There's a whole new set of laws, a whole new set of circumstances that are coming up with this digital age. So now we have to abide. We have to create the new laws. We have to create new structures for this digital age. It's the only thing that makes sense right now, And that's Saturn's job, because we will allow our fears to just express and move beyond and chip everybody. And, it's just like, it's something I have to say that's very fascinating here with this virus and everything that's going on. This virus doesn't affect 100% of people, yet the vaccine will. The virus doesn't affect 100% of people, yet what's happening to the economy does. I think that's very interesting in where we're headed in life, as we're electing new officials into our offices. Where are we, human-wise? Where do we allow other people to make decisions for us that affect the long term of us, and we stop thinking for ourselves? This is a pretty big theme that's going on for this Monday. Not just the overall, I mean, going on for this Monday and the overall. You know, when do we just allow other people to make decisions for us to where we maintain powerless? You know, and that's an interesting aspect coming up into this new age, this new era of digital technology and this revolution. You know, do we just allow somebody else to make the decisions for us? Oh, you know best. You know what my body needs better than me. You know what the economy needs better than me. You can shut down my work. You can shut down my whole work and for months at a time because you think that this is best for me. Oh, thank you so much for helping me. You know, this is an interesting thing, and we're getting into some really great territory right now. Economically, this is affecting 100% of people. The virus hasn't. So now we're allowing people that are in the power over us to affect us greatly. Okay? So how much are we going to allow these kind of things to continue? When do we, as the people, we the people, we got to remember as well that the Aquarian is the sign of the community. Okay? Capricorn is about the individual leaders. It's about power and authority and government. And Aquarius is about community. Okay, we have given too much power to authoritative figures over us, over our own sovereign beings. This is a theme that's going on here with this conjunction moving forward. We as a nation, as individuals, need to unite as people, and not just as a nation, United States, not just astrology aficionados, you know what I mean? But as human beings, to create a new life on this planet, and what is sustainable and what is not, and to have a handful of people dictating how our world economy is going right now. We all have opinions about this. This is mine, and I'm sharing it right now. So this is what it is. But this all plays into the Saturn-Jupiter conjunction, It all plays. So we have 200 years of this new Aquarian age. We have digital technological advancements happening right now. And there's nothing, we need this. And the only thing that's stopping it is Saturn, and what's expanding it is Jupiter. Okay, so this is their relationship. And they're going to start squaring Uranus. Uranus is the planet that rules Aquarius. So as they're squaring Uranus, as this tension squares off one another, it actually feeds into Uranus, just creating destruction in Taurus. This is the nature of where we're going. To me, again, this is the Tower card in Tarot. This is going to be difficult. I want to share this. This is one of the last things I want to share as we wrap this up. This is a long video. This is also going to new laws. Okay, we've seen cryptocurrency jump through the roof right now. Bitcoin has hit its all-time high. I've been a huge fan of cryptocurrency for a very long time, and very supportive of this, this world money. And I encourage people to look into this, okay? And I had one of my friends, when I talked about this, one of my friends here on the channel talked about it. I'm never giving up money. You know who you are if you're watching this right now. I'm never giving up money. And it's the same thing. I have to comment on that because I care about you, and I care. There's a shared opinion by a lot of individuals. Okay, look, three blueberries is not equal to 3 strawberries. 3 bananas is not equal to 3 strawberries. Okay, and 3 blueberries is certainly not equal to 3 bananas. So it doesn't matter if we have marbles that we say, okay, well, these 3 blueberries are worth 3 marbles, and those 3 strawberries are worth 9 marbles, and those 3 bananas are worth 26 marbles. You know what I'm saying? At this point, all we're doing is creating a system which says this is a base, and this much allows me this much of this item, this much allows me this much of this item. It's moot. It's very insignificant whether we're using marbles, whether we're using grains of sand, grains of rice, coins, dollar bills, or digital assets. It makes no difference. It makes no difference, and the longer that we're holding on to this old world, this old thinking, no, I need coins, I need dollar bills, our world is changing. Our world is changing, and we can hold on to that old life, that old thing, but it's gonna create us more pain, It's like being open to allowing and accepting this new stuff coming in, because this new stuff is actually very positive for us. Okay, and there will be a split and a divide that something else is going on, because this square to Jupiter, Saturn to Uranus will create a divide in who wants this new technology and who doesn't, and I understand this is going to be a huge conflict come 2021 into 2022 even, and I feel for all of us going through that, and the more that we're open up to trying new things within reasonable bounds, like me, I'm not going to get chipped. Am I about cryptocurrency? Most certainly. Do I want this vaccination? Absolutely not. Do I want to get chipped? Absolutely not. So is there going to be some conflict with me with this new stuff? Absolutely. So it's just about us finding the balance of what works for us in our lives, and what are we willing to hold on to, what are we not, what do we, again, we're creating a new life, creating a whole new, nothing from this old life has to maintain. Okay, this is a whole new ball game. I don't feel like I'm expressing that well, but that's all right. I've been talking for way too much today. It's a whole new ball game, my friends. Happy Monday. See you out there on the field.